Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be using 3 of the new colors from the latest release at 915 Aesthetics. These colors are absolutely gorgeous. When Rachel reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try some of the new releases, I pretty much lost it. I was super excited to try them out. Also, we're going to be using her base coat and activator from her dip liquid set. I'm also going to be using this palm rest because it is just the best. And I'm going to be using this bottle holder to make sure that I don't drop my liquids. Also, I have a nude gel polish over some black builder gel, which is why it kind of looks black around the edges. I didn't want the black to show through onto the dip, so I just did like a nude base so that the color would show up better. So there is that. I will leave a picture up here somewhere showing the builder gel color I have underneath so that y'all can see why I put nude over it. I just did one layer of a nude because I just wanted the colors to get a good showing for y'all. Also, I have a layer of peel base on, and I did a layer of base coat so that my base coat so that it doesn't dry, and I'm able to get an even distribution on my first layer of dip powder. When using peel base, sometimes that first layer of base coat will dry like so fast that you get a very patchy first layer, and I don't like that, so I decided that I was going to do a layer of base coat, let it dry, and then go in with my dipping so that I can get a good color. So as you can see, kind of like when I turn my hand over to dip, you'll see the black underneath. The non-sticky builder gel is what I've been using to adhere my tips. If you have seen a previous video that I uploaded on Friday, or a couple of days ago from this video, it was my last upload. I do a non-sticky builder gel upload, and it's basically the same type of thing I did, but a different color. All right, so back to what I am doing. That yellow is super gorgeous. It is the perfect winter, going into winter, fall, even maybe spring, perfect sunflower color, I guess you could say. The perfect sunflower yellow. And then this color, pumpkin spice, I think is like my favorite color of all time. My favorite shade of like a burnt copper orange color. It is so good. And I ended up actually loving the color, but I wanted to see it matte, so I actually ended up doing these colors matte. Look at how gorgeous that is. I had to just pause for effect. All right, sorry about that. I had a kid interruption. All right, so I'm using an orange wood stick just to clean around my cuticles for any extra powder that may have slipped in there. And also you can see that the one dip is enough coverage, even with that's why I like to use a nude base, because generally if I'm using a nude base, it gives like the base color already. It gives it some kind of color versus the tips being clear. It gives it a little bit of like an oomph underneath the color with just one layer. But I do end up doing 3 layers of powder because I don't end up using any clear over top of any of the colors. I just decided that I wasn't wanting to do an extra layer of clear, so I just did 3 layers, minimal buffing needed. Also, you see, I kind of flooded my cuticle on the index finger, but that is why cleaning up your cuticles is so important quickly after each dip, just so you don't get anything on your skin. And flooding your cuticles, I mean, happens to everybody. I promise it does. People that say that they never do it, they're lying. Because everybody does it at least once every now and then, just because it just happens. You put too much by accident, it's been a while since you've done your nails, etc., etc. Everybody's done it at least once. So just a tip to prevent that is watch the liquid that's on your brush, clean up your cuticle line immediately. Just kind of pay attention, hold your finger at an angle downwards. Those are a couple of tips, but I mean, I still do it, and I've been dipping my nails for over 2 years, so I mean, it happens. It's not the end of the world, and you can still clean it up. Just try to clean up your cuticle after every dip to minimize filing and hurting yourself at the end. All right, so I also decided that I was going to, for some reason, pull out this beautiful glitter and go ahead and dip it before I did my second layer of anything on my other nails. So this might be a good point to throw in my question for y'all. Would y'all like to see a bloopers reel at the end of my videos that have disaster moments? That is what I want to know. Do y'all want to see my mess ups at the end of my videos? I will throw it in as like an extras like they do in the movies, like a blooper reel. Is that something y'all would want to see? Would that be something y'all would watch? Or do y'all not care? I mean, it looks like the mani goes perfect pretty much every time that I do it, but this one kind of takes a left turn after we get to the dipping, when we get to the design part that I just kind of like made up. So if y'all want to see the bloopers down in the comments, just write the word bloopers down there and I'll know what you mean. But if that's something y'all want to see, just let me know. So this glitter is a hollow glitter. It's super gorgeous. You can see all the reflections as I'm dipping. So why I dipped my finger into the glitter and then patted it on the nail was just in case any of the base coat was seeping through the glitter. I could just add some of the glitter onto the nail versus getting the base stuck to my finger. So I just like to dip my finger into the glitter and then tap it on when I do that, just so that I put any glitters where they need to be. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a second dip off camera because it's kind of repetitive. And now we are to the activation stage. Look at how everything looks. Everything looks gorgeous. Super pretty colors. And now you'll see the pumpkin spice color really take its true color. Like, look at how gorgeous that is. And when I was doing this is when I decided that I wanted them to officially be matte. I decided to let the glitter have its moment of glory and then to let the solid colors be matte. Well, pumpkin spice is a shimmer and butternut is a true solid, but even with it being a shimmer, it is also chromable. I decided that I wanted to do it matte, so you can't really see all of the shimmer in it due to it being matte. It is super gorgeous with a shiny top coat, but I just really felt like it was just calling to be matte this time. So maybe when I use it again next time, I will make it shiny and then I will also chrome it, so y'all can see that as well. I do plan on using these colors multiple times because they are gorgeous. This yellow is probably my favorite yellow I think I've ever used. I do not like yellow on my skin tone because it makes me look weird, I feel like. But this yellow being a deeper, more burnt yellow, like a mustard yellow per se, looks super great. Now I'm going to wait for the activator to harden the dip powder so that I can file. Minimal filing, just a little bit of a shape cleanup is all I'm going to do. File the cuticle, and then I am going to come back and I'm going to do the art that I had planned. I just wiped off with alcohol, that's why it looks shiny. So now, realizing what I did, I will let y'all know kind of what I would do differently. I mean, it still looks gorgeous. I'm still wearing it today. I did this mani a few days ago, and I still like how it turned out at the end, but I would have done things a little bit different. So I decided that I was going to do those 3 nails matte and that I was going to do the other 2 shiny. But what happened was that I should have just done the glitter on the nails and then matte top coated everything and then just did an extra layer of shiny. So all in all, it looks good, but it could have been done easier, which is why I had such a hard time, I think. All right, so this palette really came in handy because I can put my base coat down, my top coat down, and my matte top coat on here all at once, as well as builder gel. So when you're doing a design that uses lots of clear liquid or lots of clear liquids or gels, not liquids, obviously, they're gels, a bunch of different clear liquids. Why I keep saying liquids? Goodness, clear gels. Get it. So if you're using a lot of clear gels, this really comes in handy so that you know what you're grabbing, because base coat's not the same as top coat, which is not the same as matte, which is not the same as builder gel. So it really came in handy, this mani, for me. So what I'm doing is I am making an X on my nail, and I didn't like it. I did that, I have to say, I think 5 or 6 times because I just did not like how it was going. I just was like, what is going on? Why can I not draw a straight line? Why can I not put it where I want it? So after I wiped it off enough times, I just said, you know what? This is the one. I don't even care. This is going to be the one, right? So then, after I did that, I was like, okay, this will be fine. I dip it into the glitter. And then look at all that. Look, look at all those glitter pieces that pop on there. They all stuck to the mat. They all stuck to the top coat. So then I couldn't see what I was working with. It was really hard for me to see what glitters were where, and then what I needed to move, how to get my lines straight. So I really, really got frustrated with that part. So I just kind of did the best I could, and I decided that I was going to try the best that I could to get it how I wanted, to get the lines to be straight. And then I just kind of threw it in the lamp, and I'm like, okay, we'll just throw it in the lamp, wipe it off, brush it off when we get done, and then bring it out. This is not how it looked when it came out. This is part of my blooper part that I would add in there, but I didn't record it. So I had to add a bunch of stuff because basically a lot of the glitter didn't stick on my X. So I had to go in with some base coat and trace over my line and add more glitter pieces by hand. But that doesn't show because I took it out of the video because I just felt like I basically did what I showed you, but I just had to add a lot more. It didn't turn out exactly like that when I pulled it out of the lamp. So just to throw that in there, real life moment. All right, so with this one, I decided that I was going to do just the edge, the free edge and the cuticle just on the side, just because I was trying to follow some inspo. I used a photo as inspo, but then I kind of decided I didn't want to do that. So then I just kind of changed my mind mid-mani, and I was just like, why did I do this? But it ends up looking okay. The same thing here, like the pieces just, I couldn't really tell what hit the gel, what didn't hit the gel, I would have done it differently so that I didn't have to worry about this part, because that bottom part that I'm working on now, apparently none of the glitter stuck to it when I stuck it in the lamp and I brushed it off. So I had to go in and I had to redo it, so it has 2 layers. But you see, it looks good at the end. So then you obviously cannot leave your glitter like that, otherwise it will tarnish, it will chip off, it will scratch and crack. So I put some top coat on my palette, and then I decided that I was going to trace over what I did with the top coat, right? So then I get my line a little bit too wide, so I have to use my cleanup brush to clean up some of the top coat that went onto the matte part, because I wanted the matte part to stay matte. And when I was doing that, I apparently got some of the top coat on the brush, and I wiped it in the middle of my matte nail and cured it to be shiny. So then I had to redo the matte part of the nail. So that was fun. See, right here where I wipe it, I got some of the top coat on the nail, and I had to redo the entire matte part as well. And I was just like, what is going on with me? Why am I messing this up? Why did I even do it this way? And then I decided I was going to do the X shiny as well, because I really wanted all of the glitter to be shiny, but I really wanted the underneath to be matte. So what I would have done is I would have done the entire nail just with the base coat. I would have put on my lines, and I would have matted, I would have filed it and buffed it a little bit so everything was even, and then I would have put a matte top coat over the whole thing, and then just done a little bit of a layer, a little bit of a line over top of the shiny, over top of the glitters where I wanted it to be shiny, and it would have been even, it would have been better, would have been a lot easier versus the way that I did it. So now I went ahead and fixed everything. I went ahead and did my thumbnail off camera, but it turned out really good in the end. You see what I mean? It still got what I was going for. It turned out beautiful. The powders were so easy to work with, and the design turned out really cute. So all in all, it was a little bit harder than I would have wanted, but it still turned out in the end the way that I did want mostly, except for the index finger could have been a little bit skinnier. But here are the powders that I used again, the 3 colors that I used from the new drop. There are 19 colors in all, and if y'all have not checked out 915, you totally should. Her liquids are amazing, her powders are amazing, and if y'all need some amazing solids, y'all should definitely check them out. I hated solids before trying hers, and now I think I'm addicted to solid dip powders. But all in all, I wanted to show y'all what it looked like outside because my lighting is terrible. Had to show y'all. Look at how gorgeous that is. All right, I'm gonna stop now and let y'all just kind of watch that. But I really appreciate y'all spending some of your day with me. Don't forget to let me know if y'all want to see bloopers. Let me know in the comments. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will catch y'all in the next video.